Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into some advanced English, looking at phrases and idioms you can actually use.
Yeah, we're basing this on that great YouTube video from J. Forrest English, 200 advanced English phrases and idioms for everyday conversations.
Right, the goal here is really to pull out the good stuff, the practical bits. We want you to sound natural, to really feel comfortable in those conversations.
Exactly. It's about getting those phrases that help you sound more fluent, but also help you understand what native speakers mean when they use these kinds of expressions.
And Jennifer, in that video, she covers so much ground, like everyday situations, needing help, saying you don't understand, needing more time, being super busy,
All the common stuff,
asking for opinions, how to disagree politely, which is always useful.
definitely. And agreeing strongly, too. Plus starting tasks, canceling plans, even describing how well people work together.
It doesn't stop there either. She
Oh.
gets into greetings, small talk, preferences, apologizing, saying thanks.
Reacting to news, making plans, asking for help, saying goodbye. It's really comprehensive. Prepositions, home vocabulary, cooking terms.
And finishes with idioms for personality types. It's a lot.
It is, but super useful.
Okay, so let's dive into that first block, the first sort of 50 everyday conversation phrases. Kicking off with needing help. We all need it sometimes, right? But maybe help me is a bit blunt.
Yeah, it can be. The video suggests, for instance, if you need someone to explain something step by step, you could say, "Could you walk me through?"
Oh, I like that. Could you walk me through setting this up?
Exactly, it implies guidance.
Yeah.
Or, more informally, you can try any chance you know how to.
Any chance you know how to fix this?
Yeah.
Kind of casual, low pressure.
Right, and if you want to be clearly polite, would you mind showing me how to?
Ah, using mind. So would you mind showing me how to use the new software? Remember the Inform After Mind? Yeah.
Good point. And if it's just a quick thing,
Quick help.
do you have a sec to help me out with? Sec short for second.
Yeah.
Shows you respect their time.
Nice. Okay, what about when you're just lost? You don't understand something. Instead of just, I don't understand.
Well, informally, I don't get it. Works fine. Or, I don't get this part.
Simple, direct. If it's something you've been, puzzling over.
Then the present continuous is good. I'm having trouble with this report, or I'm struggling to understand the instructions. Shows it's an ongoing difficulty.
Uh-huh. And a more formal, maybe professional way.
I'm not entirely clear on... That sounds a bit softer, more diplomatic. I'm not entirely clear on the next steps.
Good one. Okay, deadlines. We all face them. What if you know you're not going to hit it?
Instead of immediately asking for more time, you could just state the situation. I'm not going to make the deadline. Using make to mean achieve.
Right, make the deadline. What if you need to suggest postponing it?
We need to push back the deadline. Push back is a great phrasal verb for postpone. Very common.
Push it back. Got it. And if it's you who's falling behind?
I'm running behind on this project or whatever it is. Again, that present continuous highlights the current situation.
Okay, this one sounds interesting. We need to buy some time with the client. What's that about?
Buy some time. That's an idiom meaning to stall, basically. To create a delay intentionally to get more time to figure things out or finish something.
Strategic stalling. Okay. Now, what about when you're just incredibly busy? Beyond just I'm busy.
A classic is I'm swamped. Like you're drowning in work.
Yeah.
Remember that ed ending often sounds like a swamp?
Swamped? Yeah, I feel that sometimes. What if one project is just eating all your time?
You could say the project's just taking up all my time. Take up meaning consume or occupy.
That works. And this one's vivid. My schedule is jam-packed.
Yeah, jam-packed is great. Really emphasizes how full it is. No room left. Again, that soft pod sound on packed, you could just say packed, but jam-packed adds that extra punch.
And a slightly more, maybe sophisticated word than just busy.
Hectic, as in things are really hectic right now. It suggests chaos, lots happening, maybe a bit stressful.
Hectic. Good word. Okay, let's switch to asking for opinions. Beyond, what do you think?
Casually, you could ask, what's your take on this? Your take meaning your perspective or opinion.
What's your take? I like that. More formal or professional?
You could use perspective, view, or viewpoint, like, what's your perspective on this issue?
Sounds more considered. Is there another relaxed way?
Yeah, just, how do you see this?
Yeah.
Simple, open-ended.
All right, now the delicate art of disagreeing politely. How do we do that without causing trouble?
Well, the video suggests starting indirectly. I'm not sure about that. Or even softer. I'm not too sure about that.
Just planting a little seed of doubt.
Exactly. Or More professionally, you could state your reservations. I have some concerns about, or I have some reservations about, or doubts about. Naming the feeling.
That sounds thoughtful. Any other tactics?
Asking a question can work well. Have you thought about? Followed by an alternative, using the inking form. It steers the conversation gently.
Have you thought about approaching it this way? Smart. And if you need to pause things more formally.
Before we move forward, we need to consider. That signals a need for more discussion, a very diplomatic way to slow things down if you disagree.
Okay, flip side. Agreeing strongly. How do we show real enthusiasm?
I can get behind that idea. Shows you support it, you'll back it up.
Get behind it. Nice. What if someone's really onto something good?
You can tell them. You're really onto something. It's encouraging, acknowledges their insight.
That feels good to hear, I bet. What if something is just absolutely right?
That's spot on, totally correct. Or the very common reply you hear everywhere, 100%.
100%. Yeah, hear that all the time. Okay, shifting to starting things, getting tasks going.
Right. Instead of just, let's start, you could check availability. Are you free to go over this? Go over, meaning review or discuss.
Or just simply, when are you free?
Yep. For a quick chat, can we touch base on this soon? Touch base means connect briefly.
And for scheduling something more definite.
Does Friday morning work for you to discuss this? Very specific. Or let's set aside some time to iron out the details.
Iron out the details. I like that. Meaning finalize things, resolve issues.
Exactly. And then you have the more action-packed idioms.
Oh,
Let's get the ball rolling. A classic for starting a process. Or for starting with lots of energy. Let's hit the ground running.
hit the ground running. Yeah, very dynamic. What about just simple agreement to start?
Let's do it. Clear, committed, or more informally, let's get going, let's get moving. Maybe even let's get cracking.
Let's get cracking. A bit British, maybe?
Can be, yeah. And then there's the really casual, it's go time.
It's go time. Right, time for action. Okay, sometimes plans change. We have to cancel. How do we do that nicely?
Instead of I can't attend, you can use make. So I can't make the meeting. Or just, oh, I can't make it. It, referring to the plan.
What about giving a reason briefly?
A common professional one is, sorry, I have a scheduling conflict. Or, more informally, sorry, I'm already booked. Means the same thing, basically.
And a bit more formal or vague?
Unfortunately, I have another commitment. Or simply, I'm not free at that time. Polite ways to decline without needing lots of detail.
Makes sense. Lastly for this section, describing good working relationships beyond just, they work well together.
You could say they have a strong rapport. Remember the silent T rapport. It means a good connection, understanding.
Rapport. Okay, what if a team is really tight, like a family?
They're close-knit. Silent K in knit describes a very connected group.
Close-knit and just a clear, simple description.
They have a positive working relationship or a supportive working relationship. Very clear. Or you could say they complement each other, meaning their different skills or personalities work well together.
Complement each other. That's a great set of phrases for everyday stuff. Now, the video throws in the Colonel Sanders story. Why put that in there?
Well, it's actually a clever way to introduce and illustrate vocabulary in a memorable context. You hear the words used in a real narrative.
Ah, okay. So what keywords pop out from his story?
It mentions he encountered setbacks and obstacles. So, setback and obstacle, both nouns for things that hinder you, problems.
Right, setbacks and obstacles. And early on, he did odd jobs to make ends meet.
Yeah, odd jobs, small, temporary tasks, and make ends meet, that great idiom for earning just enough to survive.
His chicken eventually became popular. Keyword there.
Became, the past of become, shows that transition, that change.
Right. But it wasn't easy. The video uses however and stop by.
However is key for contrast, and stop by is that nice phrasal verb for a quick informal visit.
He tried other ventures too. What's a venture?
It's usually a business idea, something a bit risky, hoping for profit.
And despite the failures, he kept going. Despite.
Yeah, despite is a preposition that shows contrast. Something happened even though there were reasons it shouldn't have.
And at 65, he decided to give it another shot.
Great idiom. Give it another shot means try again after failing. Give something a shot just means to try it.
He got restaurants to use his recipe, and in return, got a cut.
In return or in exchange, meaning getting something back for something you gave.
But he got rejected a lot. Faced rejection after rejection, and people turned him down.
Yeah, rejection after rejection is a strong pairing. Emphasizes how often it happened. And turn someone down. classic phrasal verb for reject.
His success was called nothing short of extraordinary. Sounds big.
It is. Nothing short of means completely or totally. So completely extraordinary, totally remarkable.
And he built up KFC over time. Build up.
Means develop or increase gradually.
Oh, and by the way, there was a note about his title.
Right. By the way, used to introduce a slightly different topic. And the point was the silent H in honorary. Colonel Sanders was an honorary title.
Gotcha. The story ends highlighting perseverance and self-belief.
Key themes, for sure. And there was a little play on words mentioned, too.
Ah, the play on words like a pun or clever language use.
Exactly. Connecting his secret ingredient for success, like perseverance, to KFC's actual secret recipe makes it stick in your mind.
Okay, that story does bring those words to life. Let's get back to more direct interactions, greetings, and small talk. That next block of phrases. What's a super common North American greeting?
How's it going? In the video notes, the pronunciation often sounds like how's it going, kind of runs together.
How's it going? Right. What if you haven't seen someone for ages?
Long time no see. Classic. You might add, how have you been?
And asking what they've been doing.
What have you been up to? Or add lately or recently. That present perfect continuous again for recent activities.
When you meet someone again, instead of just, nice to see you again?
People often drop the it's. So just nice to see you again, great to see you again, lovely to see you again. Sounds more natural in speech.
Good tip. And check in on their day so far.
How's your day been so far? Or how's your day been going so far? Often the going is just left out.
Okay, asking about preferences and opinions, we had, what's your take? What else?
You can ask, how does that sound to you? Often followed by an inging verb or a noun phrase.
Like, how does getting pizza sound to you? Or how does Friday sound to you?
Exactly. Or comparing two things. Are you more of a cat person or a dog person? Using noun person.
What about using rather?
Would you rather stay in or go out? Using the base form of the verb after, rather.
And other general ways to ask how someone feels about something.
Simply, how do you feel about that? Or what do you think about that? Followed by a noun or aching verb, usually.
Got it. Now, expressing our preferences. How do we say what we think?
Straightforward positive. Honestly, I think it's great. It can be the idea, the plan, whatever.
And if you're open-headed, less keen. Politely.
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Usually explain why or what it is. I'm not a big fan of horror movies.
Okay. What if you want the other person to decide?
It's totally your call, meaning the decision is yours.
Your call. And if you're choosing between options...
I go with this one, meaning I'd choose or support this option. I'd go with the blue one.
And showing you understand someone else's point.
I get where you're coming from. You can add totally for emphasis. Shows understanding, even if you maybe don't agree.
I get where you're coming from. That's really useful. Okay, apologies. Making amends. Simple ways.
Sorry about that. Very common, dropping the I am. You can add an aying verb. Sorry about being late. Or super informal. My bad.
My bad, yeah. If it was unintentional.
I didn't mean to. Like, I didn't mean to interrupt. Or for a small slip-up. Whoops, sorry.
Whoops, and this one sounds proactive. I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, that means you'll do something to compensate or fix the problem you caused.
Okay. Thank yous. Beyond just thanks.
Casually.
Okay.
Thanks a bunch. Or showing genuine appreciation. I really appreciate it. It implies thanks.
For stronger thanks.
You're the best. Often add thanks at the end.
Oh.
Or really strong. I can't thank you enough.
And the really enthusiastic one.
You rock. Very high energy, informal.
You rock. Okay, reacting to news, especially surprises.
Lots of questions. Are you serious? Seriously. Really. The tone of voice is key here.
Right. Intonation matters. More enthusiastic.
No way. Great for positive surprises usually.
What if it's just hard to process?
That's unbelievable. Good alternative to, I can't believe it. Or, you've got to be kidding me. Expresses strong disbelief.
And this one, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, means it was completely unexpected. Could be good news or bad news, depending on context.
Making social plans, how do we kick that off?
Simple check. Are you free tonight or for the weekend? Do you want to hang out this weekend? Hang out is key for casual social time.
Or, let's get together this weekend. Sounds a bit more like a group plan, maybe.
Could be. For a specific suggestion, like coffee or a drink, how about we grab coffee after work? Using grab, informally for get or have.
Grab a coffee. And if you need to reconnect with someone...
We need to catch up. Means share news, find out what's been going on, usually followed by suggesting a time.
We need to catch up. Are you free next week? Okay. Asking for help again, but different phrases.
Could you give me a hand with this? Or can you lend me a hand? Both give a hand and lend a hand mean help.
What about asking if they mind doing something?
Do you mind helping me with this? Using the ing form, you could add doing me a favor to clarify.
And more emphatically asking for help.
I could really use your help. Or just directly, hey, would you do me a favor?
Offering help now. How do we do that naturally?
Let me know if you need a hand,
Yeah.
or if you need any help, or I'd be happy to help. I'd be happy to lend you a hand.
Nice, clear offers. More general support.
If you need anything, just ask. Very open. Or, I'm here if you need anything. Sounds really supportive.
And that really strong supportive phrase.
Don't worry, I've got your back. Means I'll support you, I'll defend you.
Got your back. Love that. Okay, finally for this section, saying goodbye.
Bye, take care, or just take care. Very standard. See you later. See you soon. See you tomorrow. If you know when you'll see them.
What's that casual one? Have a good.
Have a good one. One just means day, evening, afternoon, whatever fits. Very common, casual.
And if you'll speak again soon.
Talk to you soon. Or talk to you later, tomorrow.
And the one tailored to travel.
If they're driving, drive safe. If they're traveling otherwise, safe travels. Thoughtful.
Okay, great. Now the video shifts to that home tour using vocabulary and context. Prepositions first. On the bed versus in the bed.
Right. On the bed is usually on the surface, maybe on top of the covers. In the bed implies under the covers, like going to sleep.
Makes sense. And for rooms or specific points?
Usually in for enclosed spaces, in the kitchen, in the living room, but for a specific point, like at the front door.
Yeah.
And on for open, attached areas like on the patio, on the balcony.
What else did we see? Between, behind, under.
Yeah, between the pillows, behind the door, under the desk. Standard preposition use shown visually.
The video also talked about walking. Walking my cat versus walking with my husband.
Walking my cat means you're responsible for the walk. Walking with my husband is a shared activity. You could also say taking the cat for a walk.
Got it. Then the question, what are you up to tonight? Up to, meaning?
Just means doing. What are you doing tonight? Just a casual way to ask.
And typical replies.
Not much. Not too much. Or, I'm relaxing at home. I'm chilling at home. Chilling's informal relaxing. I'm hanging out at home. Just spending time casually.
Right. Grocery shopping. Get groceries. And the difference between walking to the market and go for a walk.
Walking to the market specifies transport for shopping. Go for a walk is just walking for pleasure or exercise.
Okay. And some market vocabulary shown.
Yeah, things like plantains, beets, garlic, a bulb of garlic, a clove of garlic lettuce, a head of lettuce, cherry tomatoes.
Everyday tasks using present simple.
Like check email, provide feedback, prepare lessons, follow up with someone, meaning continue a previous contact, things you do regularly.
Kitchen actions. Peel, slice, chop, dice. Quick difference.
Peel is remove skin. Slice is thin, flat pieces. Chop is smallish, irregular pieces. Dice is small, neat cubes.
And knead the dough has that silent
K, like net, knead the dough.
That kitchen item quiz. What did we see?
Oh, lots. Spoon, garlic press, measuring spoons, measuring cups, oven mitts, can opener, ladle, spatula, or flipper.
Flipper.
Yeah, common name for a spatula used for flipping things like pancakes or burgers. Also tongs, colander, grater, cutting board.
Okay. Cooking terms mentioned.
Water is boiling hot, bubbling. Sauce is simmering, cooking gently on low heat.
Bread. A loaf of bread, not a bread. Why again?
Because bread is usually uncountable. You need a quantifier like loaf or slice. Oh, and bio bread was mentioned for organic.
And pick up milk from the store means?
Just means to buy it or get it while you're out.
Cleaning. Clean versus clean up. Wipe versus wipe up.
Clean and wipe are general. Clean up and wipe up usually refer to a specific mess or area. Wipe up that spill.
Leftovers, noun and adjective.
Yeah. The leftovers are the remaining food, noun. Leftover pizza describes the pizza, adjective.
Making French toast involved.
Whisking, verb and noun. Mixing or mixing up. Flipping the verb, using a flipper, spatula. Pouring the mixture on the bread.
Well, getting ready to go out involves.
The general term is get ready.
Yeah.
Specifics. Put on makeup, apply face cream, blow dry hair, style hair, pick out clothes, select, get dressed.
And phrases for leaving.
Go out, leave the house, run an errand, do a small task, head out, head to, informal, for go, lock the door, lock up.
On the way, you might stop by or swing by.
Waits mean make a quick visit somewhere en route. You might also take out money from an ATM.
At a cafe, ordering.
Lots of options. I'll get a cappuccino. Can I get? I'll have L, I'll take. All work and prepositions. In the cafe, inside, at the cafe location, on the patio, outside.
That home tour really covered a lot of ground for practical vocab.
Yeah.
Okay, final section. Idioms for personality. The last 25. What's a people person?
Someone who genuinely enjoys interacting with others, good with people.
And someone ambitious, who takes initiative.
A go-getter.
Intelligent, clever,
A smart cookie. It's kind of cute.
outgoing, loves socializing.
A social butterfly. Flitting from group to group.
The opposite, inactive, TV watcher.
A couch potato. Usually a bit negative.
Lazy.
Skilled in many areas,
Yeah.
but maybe not an expert.
A jack of all trades. Often the full phrase is master of none, but just jack of all trades is common.
Honest, direct.
A straight shooter. Tells it like it is.
Important, influential.
A big shot. Can be positive or negative if someone's arrogant, acting like a big shot.
Resistant to change, stuck in their habits.
Set in one's ways. Usually implies older people, but not always.
Worries too much.
A worrywart. Constantly fretting.
Unwilling to spend money.
A cheapskate. Definitely negative. Stingy.
Emotionally distant, unfriendly.
A cold fish. Hard to connect with.
Gives unwanted advice, tries to control things.
A backseat driver. Literally in a car or figuratively in life or work.
Nosy, interested in others' private lives.
Oh.
A busybody. Negative again, interfering.
Spoils the fun.
A
Negative.
wet blanket. Dampens everyone's enthusiasm.
Unpredictable. Causes trouble accidentally.
A loose cannon. You don't know what they'll do next, potentially causing chaos.
Clumsy in delicate situations.
A bull in a china shop. Tactless, careless.
Unknown person with potential to surprise or win.
A dark horse, especially in competitions or politics.
Prefers working alone.
A lone wolf.
Thinks they know everything.
A know-it-all, usually annoying, negative.
Likes routine.
A creature of habit, does the same things every day.
Something or someone new and refreshing.
A breath of fresh air, a positive change.
Insists on following rules strictly.
A stickler for the rule.
Funny troublemaker, usually a kid in class.
A class clown.
Someone difficult to understand or deal with.
A tough nut to crack. Hard to figure out or get through to.
Wow. Okay, that is a huge amount of English we've covered. Really practical stuff from that J-Force video.
Absolutely. Loads of phrases you can actually start using. And, the key is to try them out. Weave them into your conversations.
Definitely. It's not just about speaking. It's about understanding those nuances. Sounding natural. It makes such a difference to fluency, right?
It really does.
Yeah.
And thinking about those personality idioms, it's interesting, isn't it? Which ones make you think of people you know? Or maybe even yourself.
Yeah, maybe. Understanding those descriptions tells you a lot about communication styles, human behavior.
Exactly. So, a final thought for you listening. Besides personality, what other everyday situations do you find tricky to talk about in English? Maybe it's something we could explore next time.